Hi, welcome to Strength Reversed. It's Amy. Thank you so much for being here. I am finally getting an opportunity to jump in on Mascha's hashtag Top Tarot Trumps. And this is where every couple of weeks she posts her favorite versions of each major arcana card, and this week it is the High Priestess card number 2. So I will link her channel Musings by Mascha in the description so you can follow along or jump in on this. I'm a little behind. I didn't get to do the Fool or the Magician. I might go back and do those, but I did pick the High Priestess cards even before Mascha put her video out because I really wanted to do this one. And it was a difficult decision because the High Priestess is one of those cards that I think is usually a beautiful card in most decks. And I generally like that card, and I aspire to be the High Priestess. I really want to be able to connect with myself and trust that inner knowing. And those are some of the meanings I think of when I think of the High Priestess. It is trusting yourself. It's your inner authority, your second sight, intuition, your higher self, your truth that you just know in your heart, or, you know, deep down somewhere. And I don't know if there's any particular thing that I look for in a High Priestess card. I really like for it to be a beautiful card, probably blues and purples and indigos somehow. But most of the symbolism that I connect with in a High Priestess card is the moon in some form, water, and also her book, if she's reading some sort of book of knowledge or book of wisdom. And I really like that image. I do love that deep indigo color too, so if that's in there, that's a plus. But I really had a hard time deciding, but these are some of the ones that jumped out at me. I'm afraid that in future installments, it might just all be these decks. It might all be the same deck, but so I have a few cards that really speak to me as far as an inner wisdom kind of thing. One thing that I don't love about the Rider-Waite High Priestess, although she's beautiful, she seems a little bit Eeyore to me. She seems a little bit sad or depressed, or kind of, you know, like she's there against her will. There's a Persephone vibe with all of the pomegranates, or whatever those are. Pomegranates. Yeah, those are pomegranates, right? Like she's there ruling over the underworld, but doesn't really want to be. She's just there kind of out of obligation. And so I don't love that, but I do love the vibe of the card otherwise. But I will show you some of my favorites. First of all, of course, is the Robin Wood, my Grand Dame. I love this High Priestess because, you know, I don't think that, you know, a High Priestess needs to look super happy or smile, but I do think there's confidence in the fact that she seems so relaxed and comfortable with herself. I think she's pretty dramatic looking. I love the 2 trees in place of the pillars, her crystal ball. I love that she has a book, and I love that it's a full moon, and of course the colors. So this has everything I really look for in a High Priestess. And also, this card has appeared to me in meditation quite a few times. I really think it's beautiful, as are most of the Robin Wood cards, and I am partial. The second card that fits into this inner authority genre, or theme, I should say, and that is, I think, something I'm working on actively right now, which is maybe why this particular video was something I really wanted to do, that connection to my inner wisdom and really trusting myself. I think trust is a key word for the High Priestess. And that is the Murder of Crows. So here's the box. I brought the boxes out to show you when I had them. And I have the limited edition that has some of the red on the cards They're absolutely stunning. This was the image that I first saw that really made me want this deck, because this was the image that was in the catalog because it was one of the 31 Days of Tarot a few years ago to kind of make one of the installments was what decks are coming out that you want, and I must have looked in the Lo Scarabeo catalog and saw this High Priestess, and I was like, I need that. It's perfect. I love the drama of this card. Of course, it's a little bit dark. This deck is dark, but it doesn't read dark. It is it's a lot gentler than it seems. I love the moon. I love her image, and she's a little bit blindfolded. And what this deck talks about is all the crows picking at her until she is numb, basically, that it dulls your senses, and so you have no other option but to go to your center and listen to that, and she is a little bit blindfolded there. The next card that I really like for the High Priestess, and the colors do not hurt, is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. And this High Priestess is from the poem Ulalume. And here we see her at a, you know, not a grave, but you know what I'm talking about. And she is the goddess Psyche. And in this poem, the speaker has the goddess Psyche appear in front of him, and she sort of portrays his higher self, and she warns him not to go down the path that he's going down because he's going to come across the tomb of his lover who, you know, he's distraught about, and that's going to really open up a can of worms, and don't you remember how upset that made you? And he did not listen to her. So I think this is kind of a warning of what happens when we dismiss those feelings, and I think we do that. At least I do that. I think it's natural to do that, especially in real life when things get real and they get busy and you have a hard time connecting. And she was right all along. She was just looking out for him. So I like that card. The next theme I would say that I like in a High Priestess is the theme of second sight. And there are a couple of decks that I have where the High Priestess is called the Seer, and I really like that image. First of all, I have the Tarot of the Wyrd. I don't have the box. It was just a little tuck box, and it's been gone for a long time. But I love, she has the book. It has the beautiful indigo colors. It has the moon and that eye. I just love that eye. I have eye stuff in my life, and so eyes are a powerful symbol for me. And I just love that eye reminding you to, you know, shut off the logic and just look with your inner wisdom. Trusting without seeing, like being able to see what you can't see and trusting that. The next card is the High Priestess from the Titanic Tarot, and this is the second edition that I have. This is the Risen Spirits edition, which has all of the minors illustrated. And this is called the Seer. So we have someone before the ship set sail who is seeing the future and warning people, and whether or not you heed that warning is up to the individual. But she kind of knows, she knows, and is there to I guess no one listened. And then finally I picked the Wandering Moon Tarot, and this is the Midnight Sky edition from my lovely friend Marion, and this is the High Priestess. It's a beautiful card, but very, very simple, and it's just boiled down to the essential that moon that signifies the intuition and what's inside, and our own power, and then the eyes just seeing and knowing and trusting what we see. Even the things, even trusting what we can't see, because we just know. And I love that image. So that is my top tarot trumps, High Priestess. And thank you, Mascha. And I'm looking forward to seeing other people's picks. I will see you next time for the Empress. Bye.